Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Whoa.
What's up, Chris?
Hey.
So, what happened to Mr. Potato Head? My
What
God.
happened to Potato Head?
He's no longer Mr. Potato Head. He's gender neutral.
Oh, God.
Potato
Shut
Head.
the fuck
Hey,
up.
you know what?
You
You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to call him Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, same here.
He never had anything done here to begin with.
Okay. No, I'm not going to go political. No. I'm going to keep the politics out of this.
All
It'll
right.
be so easy, but I'm not going to.
All right.
Well, maybe on Facebook I'll go political, but not here.
We'll switch topics. All right, so, Chris, people have been dying for you to talk about Godzilla again. This is what I got all week. Like, where's Chris? Talking about Godzilla. I want to talk about Godzilla. Where's Chris?
Well, boy, do I have a topic for you guys tonight. This actually happened like 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
Mechagodzilla leaked.
Whoa.
Leaked what? Oil?
Well, yeah.
You have a picture, though? We can't show it, though.
We can't show it yet because I have a funny feeling that Warner Brothers is going to go on like a nuking spree for anybody who shows this.
You took a picture of it, though, so it don't get lost?
Can you at least give them the link so you can send it to
Yes. So you can find the links online. There's a couple of YouTube videos that have it. Basically, what happened was some merchandise, T-shirts in particular, that have the full design on it leaked. Now, tomorrow is the IGN event.
Okay.
We know Adam Wingard's going to be there. We know that they were going to show some footage. A lot of people are saying that they're going to have another full trailer there, apparently.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if we get our first official glimpse at Mechagodzilla tomorrow.
Wow.
It wouldn't surprise me at all because of what they revealed.
You should say for the movie. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, I 100% agree with you, Scott. The one thing that I found weird was that in the very first trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong, the very first scene we got was literally Mechagodzilla. And it surprises me that they did that. And now I want to point out that if you didn't know Mechagodzilla was in this movie, it's not something that you would catch. But I knew because about a year or two ago, there was a toy leak from Hong Kong that basically showed everything. And that was our first official, like, hey, look, Mechagodzilla's in this. So when I saw the trailer, me and a lot of other fans, you immediately see Mechagodzilla's head. And you're like, hey, there he is, you know. So what was interesting about this shirt is that, or the shirts, I should say, we got a glimpse of Mechagodzilla. He has his own logo on the shirt, like the way that Godzilla and Kong have their names made in the different fonts, like on the posters and stuff. Mechagodzilla has one. And it looks like they're going to call him Mechagodzilla in this movie. They're not going to call him something else like Kiryu or
good.
That's good.
It literally says on there Mechagodzilla in red, and it looks like the Apex Tech font, which is kind of interesting.
He's silver though, right? He's still the same.
He's silver with red spines.
Okay.
His spines that kind of look like cylinders on his back are red. And I heard that his eyes are going to be red. He's going to have red lights strewn throughout him.
Wow.
Very interesting. But the two things actually that, other than the logo, that stood out to me was, I don't know if you guys remember, but anybody who has the VHS tapes or the DVDs of the old Godzilla films, if you look at the back of them, there's always these circular little icons for each of the monsters that are in them. And they're black and white. They look like the silhouettes of the monsters.
Right.
They made a shirt for this Mechagodzilla that has its own version of that.
Ooh,
weren't they for the video games too? Like when they did the video
you can
games?
find them on. Yeah, you can find them on a lot of stuff. I just remember them from the VHS tapes and the DVDs and stuff.
Okay.
But they made one for this Mechagodzilla, so I thought that was very interesting. The other thing that I found, this was the more interesting of them. This Mechagodzilla, I think, is going to have a lot of character in the way that it moves. Because it's in a very dynamic pose on the shirt. Now, what I mean...
That's being controlled by you-know-who or just natural?
Well, we can say so because they revealed this, actually. It looks like Ren Serizawa is the one who is piloting this Mechagodzilla. Okay. He's, of course, the son of Serizawa from the other two Monsterverse films, who's, of course, a callback to the original Dr. Serizawa from Gojira.
All right.
So what I mean by more character is he's in a very dynamic pose on the shirt. If you think back to the Showa Mechagodzilla and the Heisei Mechagodzilla and even Kiryu to a point.
Right.
I'm not going to bring up the fucking anime Mechagodzilla because that was an absolute miscarriage of that character.
Yeah.
But the original 3 Mechagodzillas that we all know and love, they really couldn't move that well. Like, they were mainly just tanks. They had their weapons. They would fire at Godzilla, and then not really great with close-range combat. This Mechagodzilla, this one looks like he can get up in there and move around with the best of them.
What?
Very sleek. He's got armor, but it looks like he can move very fast. And I have a feeling that when Apex designed this Mechagodzilla, they did so with the idea of this Mechagodzilla is going to outmaneuver Godzilla and basically take him down that way.
Ooh.
Which I think is actually ingenious, because if you can hit Godzilla in his weak points,
right,
and he can't respond, he's in trouble.
Right.
So this is where I think Kong is going to come into this fight and be like, okay, so he can move faster than Godzilla, but I can move just as fast as him.
Right, so Kong is faster than Godzilla.
Right. I mean, he has to be, because Godzilla is like 100,000 tons now, or maybe even more than that. He's 400 feet tall now, evenly.
Wow.
Kong is now 350 feet, so he's huge, but, I mean, he can still move pretty well. We can see that in the trailers. So I think what this fight, when they team up, is going to be is that Kong's going to be the one, like, maneuvering with Kong, while Godzilla hits Mechagodzilla with the heavy attacks and the atomic breath and tail hits and stuff like that.
Wow.
While Kong is going to be, like, in there distracting Mechagodzilla, and Mechagodzilla's going to be like, what do I do? I can't fight both of them.
Right.
Or maybe he can fight both of them, and he kicks both their asses.
Maybe he can. Mechagodzilla's always fought like 2, right?
Right.
So.
He fought King Caesar and Godzilla in the original one.
Yep.
He fought Fire Rodan and Godzilla in G versus Mechagodzilla 2.
Yep.
You know, I really hope that he doesn't have some kind of really ridiculous weapon like Kiryu had the Absolute Zero Cannon.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a little overkill, even though Godzilla.
They're not going to have like a surprise monster pop in, like. Ghidorah
we're going to get a ton
back?
of monsters. We're going to get a ton of monsters in this. Yeah,
is Ghidorah going to come back, or
Ghidorah? A quote from Adam Wingard. He literally said that Ghidorah haunts, quote unquote, the movie. So Ghidorah's presence is causing all of this, basically.
Well, in fact, they got the skull and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ghidorah's skull is the conduit
no Rodan, no Mothra.
I think they're going to mention Rodan. Mothra is still technically dead, but her egg is out there. So
yeah, I was about to say.
I think the only monsters we're going to see in this are going to be Godzilla, Kong. If you count Mechagodzilla as a monster, I don't. I count him as a mech, but you could still say he's a mechanical monster. We know that the Warbats, the Nozuki, are going to be in the Hollow Earth. We know that Skullcrawlers are involved in this somehow. Wow. They're much larger versions because they're Hollow Earth Skullcrawlers, apparently.
Okay.
And then Adam Wingard said that there's a really big amount of monsters in this movie. So Hellhawk is the new one that's going to be introduced in the Hollow Earth.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's Behemoth from King of the Monsters may or may not be in the movie.
Okay.
Wow. So I think we're going to see like they're not going to be main focuses in the movie, but we will see other things.
Either way.
Yeah, we know Kong fights at least 2 of the Warbats because he's swinging one Warbat into the other. Now, that's another thing I wanted to say. The Warbats, don't sleep on those. Those things are bigger than Godzilla and Kong combined.
Wow.
Damn.
They're like 1,000 feet long or something like that. It's like ridiculous because they tower over Kong in that trailer. It's not even funny. And Kong's 350 feet. He's only 50 feet shorter than Godzilla. So they are massive. Now, how strong they are, it doesn't look like they're that strong because Kong is literally beating the shit out of both of them. But they're big, and they can fly. So
wow. And that's where their main strength is anyway, is in air. So.
Yeah, and allegedly they carry some kind of toxin in their wings.
Oh, so wondering when that was going to come out.
Wow. That's exciting.
Yeah, we got there's a lot of shit in this movie. There's going to be like anti-gravity vehicles that Monarch has and stuff.
We're like what, a month away? Or a little more than a month?
Yeah, a little more than a month, yeah.
Okay. I can't freaking wait. I have to get
We're
HBO
almost
Max.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost there. It's gonna be a wild ride.
I'm going to sign up right before. Yeah.
Oh, HBO Max is definitely worth it. I have it. I've had it for a few months now, and I actually really like it. It's actually
HBO. I guess it was.
What do they charge a month?
Beforehand, switched over.
So you have a couple of options. I don't know what the regular month, like the monthly one was. I got it for a couple of months for like $60.
Oh yeah, I might do that because I'm tired every month of renewing.
Yeah.
Wow. And there's gonna be a lot of stuff I want to see. The Snyder Cut. Then you got the Matrix 4 or whatever, Matrix Resurrection.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I want to see. So.
Yeah, the Snyder Cut comes out on the 18th, so we're almost there with that one.
What do you think is gonna be with that? You think people are gonna go nuts over it? You think it's gonna be amazing? You think it's just a
I think no matter what quality the movie is, there's going to be people that just like it just because it came out.
Right. It's better than the Joss Whedon thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That original cut. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But this won't prompt another Justice League movie?
No.
Not at all. It's just a thing.
There is apparently people back there who don't even want this one to come out, and they're like, "This is it. This is the end." Walter Hamada is one of those people. He's like, "Nope, this is it. This is the one thing."
So if they do, it's going to be a full-on reboot.
Wow. I mean, they're not,
or something, yeah.
Yeah, I guess another universe, something. Wow.
So basically, you've got this and the second Wonder Woman movie that just pretty much, let's call it, tanked. Well, so they're going to have to do something.
According to them, it didn't tank.
Well, okay, let's just say it wasn't.
They got greenlit for a sequel, and maybe it just passed.
That sequel, allegedly, the third one was going to happen no matter what this one did. Allegedly.
This is sort of we screwed up, we put it on here, but here's another one. Just go, right? Basically.
This is a piece, guys. So
well, I'll tell you what, though. To Scott's point, had this movie come out in a just theatrical release, I think it would have been done pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I don't think it would have done well at all, to be honest with you.
Right. So they lucked out that it was on HBO Max.
Did they do?
They lucked out.
Yeah, that movie was like, I liked some things about it, but when I got to the end, I was like, what did this accomplish?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let's just talk to everybody and make them take their wish back, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like when you have a shitty. I mean, I even thought that the ending was corny. I mean, I liked the movie, but I'm like, oh, And then
I just don't understand how they. I don't understand how they couldn't have just they didn't undo everything. Like everybody's like, oh yeah, this is the thing that happened. Like,
well, the weird thing is they didn't explain how Cheetah, was the only one allowed to get 2 wishes. But I understood it because she did it on the Wish Stone, and then he became a Wish Stone, but he never granted her a wish, so he was allowed to grant her another wish. And then when the wishes went away, she kept
his wish part left, but not her main one.
Right, like she still is Cheetah, but not an animalistic.
Yeah,
Cheetah.
she's not the apex.
She's the strength of Diana, which I don't know how that's gonna work.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I think? I don't think that they're ever gonna go back to this. Like I literally think that they're just gonna be like, yeah, forget that. We're moving on.
According to her, she said Cheetah might be in the next one too.
She might be, but I mean, that's not like confirmed or anything.
She may not be the main villain though. That's the deal.
So this movie, 1984, is it technically in another reality, or is it still?
Somebody was.
I think Patty Jenkins wanted it to be in another reality, but if you ask somebody like Geoff Johns or something, he'd be like, no, it's in the DCU.
It's the DC, right? Yeah. But then everybody just don't remember her running around.
Which I mean, we can't even say it's because the next one, because they said the next one's going to be in modern times.
But after Justice League, obviously.
I would assume so.
See, that's weird. It's like, how you not gonna, if you do one in modern times, how you not gonna talk about Batman or anybody?
Well, yeah. I mean,
and there's another thing. I have a gripe with the DCEU. There should be like 2 more Superman movies already. This is like
absolutely.
Insane. This is insane. Who's the one that's stopping this?
This is madness. It's absolute madness.
Why would you have, like, I don't know how many universes of Batman? and you don't even have a sequel to Man of Steel. Like, I don't understand that. Like, why aren't we getting that?
It's because they had to play the catch-up game. Like, Marvel was already on Avengers by the time we had Batman versus Superman, so it was like.
But why is he getting where we got Shazam 2 for crying out loud? Like, why are we not getting a Man of Steel 2 though?
I think it has to do with the fact that Zack Snyder was heavily involved with Man of Steel.
All right, so he's not there anymore. So what?
Well, it's a combination of that, and Henry Cavill is now, he's a hot actor, so he's got other things in his schedule where he can't commit to doing.
Well, he said he would do it though.
I know he said he would. But that doesn't, like, his agent could be like, hey man, you don't have any time. Well,
I mean, and another thing is they're promoting Supergirl movie.
Right.
Like, we knew that our Supergirl would exit, and then they would do the DC movie version. That's the way it was always going to be meant to be.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't have him for some reason at the same time, they said. So she's going to have a movie, and he's still going to be lingering. Like, this is like, and the Aquaman's probably going to get a sequel, and Flash is going to get a movie. It's not fair.
But first we got the Trench, and then they're going to do the sequel to Aquaman.
Well, this is why I said that they shouldn't have done Batman versus Superman. What they really should have done was the same year that they, Man of Steel came out in 2013?
But why can't somebody just green light it? Why can't they green light it?
This is what I'm saying is that by 2015/2016, that year they should have released a Batman and a Superman movie that led into Batman versus Superman, then done that, and then did the Justice League, and then
who's in charge of the DCEU? Like, is there a Kevin Feige? So why doesn't he green light a Superman movie?
Because right now they're like, nah, Snyder Cut.
Yeah, they're pushing that. They're pushing that Snyder Cut as though it's their bread and butter.
But that's like a temporary thing. Like, it's a fan service thing.
Yeah, I'm with Chris.
So why don't you just sign up and start filming it like
Superman, Wonder Woman, and then a following year or 2 years afterwards?
I don't know. Look, it takes years to make these movies. So green light a Man of Steel 2 now, film it next year, and let's go.
But the problem is the actors you want to get are probably signed to something else, and they can't.
Yeah, Henry Cavill might be doing a Mass Effect movie.
Yeah. Then try. Listen, if The Rock could pop out like friggin' 10, 20 movies, just try to work him in there.
Getting to Cavill though.
Well, here's another thing though, and this is something that we have to keep in mind because this seems. I think they're going to announce this very soon. Maybe at Comic-Con, maybe whatever they do. There are a lot of rumors that are picking up traction that J.J. Abrams is doing a Superman movie.
And that's a bad idea.
He may not want to do the Henry Cavill Superman.
Yeah, he's going to reboot the whole thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Great.
So if they want him to do that, which we know Warner Brothers and Bad Robot have a working relationship now.
We knew that.
He's going to be in because he's always wanted to do a Superman movie. He's had a script from a long time. Now, I'm not saying he's going to adapt that script, but if he has the opportunity, if they're like, hey, you want Superman, you got it, he's going to be like, I'm in.
But as long as he doesn't screw it up.
Right.
Which, is it possible he won't screw it up?
Yes. Absolutely.
Because he screws up a lot of things.
You have to think maybe the studio may come in and screw things up as well.
That's another possibility.
Yeah, I just don't think that the DCEU they don't have any direction of what the hell they're doing. They all standalone shit.
No, they need to fight something bad.
This is all standalone shit. There's no overall conclusion. There's no phase. It's just like they wanted Harley Quinn to have multiple movies. Then the last one was like blah, right? Birds of Prey. That just fell apart.
Well, remember there was that little period there where they were announcing every DC character.
Right, there was that Batgirl and
we were like, they were like Zatanna and Blue Beetle, and we were like
Gotham Sirens, and it's like, what is going on? Joker and Harley, and it's like, wait a minute.
I thought it was hilarious that it was like, well, you're giving all these people movies, but what about Superman? Like, what are you doing?
Right, Batman and Superman made you money forever. Like, why are you shitting on them?
Right. And this is Superman, none of these other things that we love, none of these other things would exist. He's like the grandfather of all heroes.
Well, this is why today I'm like, why the heck is Tom Holland's contract up and they didn't renew him?
They're gonna renew it.
I know, but it's like Jesus Christ, isn't he supposed to be the main?
Maybe he had a 3-picture deal, and then if you wanted,
he's done after this movie, and then he said he's taking a break, right?
Well, there you go. He's going to take a break.
Well, here's the thing: he's going to take a break, jumping out of planes and skiing and doing what she wasn't allowed to do in the first place. But if he gets hurt, he's done.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to give him his little year break, and then he's going to get a script for another Spider-Man project. They're going to back up that Marvel money truck onto his porch, and he's going to be like, break's over.
Break's over. Let's do 6 movies.
Yeah.
Because look at the Avengers. They said they did their run.
It's confirmed. Now it's confirmed. Break, so. Scott, it's confirmed 100% that Chris Evans is re-signed. We know Chris Hemsworth is re-signed. Scarlett Johansson's re-signed. Robert Downey Jr. is re-signed. Who else is re-signed? Just about everybody's re-signed except for, I think, Mark Ruffalo. Everybody's re-signed except for Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo's going to be in She-Hulk, so he's there.
But he supposedly dies in She-Hulk.
Well,
Heard rumor.
I don't think so. No? I don't think he's going to die. No, I think he's going to be all right.
Is he going to be Professor Hulk, or is he going to be crazy Hulk running around screaming?
Oh no, I think he's going to be Professor Hulk. I think they're going to stick with that.
That's terrible.
Well,
if I was them, this is what I would do, right? I would do a Hulk movie, right? And then you see that Banner's got a dark secret, right? That he's Professor Hulk, but you're like, well, where is any type of, if you merge with the Hulk, where is any type of thing of any trace of the Hulk? I would do a thing where he separated the Hulk from himself, and he has him imprisoned or something, because that did happen in the comics a couple times. They separated, but then they couldn't live without each other. You know what I'm saying? They had to merge.
Mr. Fix-It.
Mr. Fix-It was Joe Fix-It was technically the first Hulk was gray.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was technically the first manifestation of the Hulk, technically. The Gray Hulk. And then he became green. So.
Yep.
But I don't know if they're going to do the personality thing, multiple personality thing. I think they're just doing
because they basically are doing that already. If you want to think about
in the comics, Peter David established as multiple personality disorder, but in the movies, it was it's not really defined.
Yeah, you got Moon Knight coming out, and he's supposed to have multiple personalities.
I heard too.
Probably don't want to confuse people thinking, okay, are these two related? Is somebody trying to take something from one character?
And we got WandaVision in a matter of hours. That this one's supposed to be the longest episode, right?
Boy, I tell you, I read some alleged plot leak for these next 2 episodes. Holy shit!
It's good. Don't tell me.
I'm not going to tell you, but all I would say is that this whole show could have probably been these last 2 episodes, and it would have been fine.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah. If what I read was real, which it looks like it is because they had pictures to back up what they were saying. Yeah, we're in for a wild ride.
Can't wait for that.
Jesus.
Plus, Resident Alien was quite unique and good too. So.
All right, so I have a question about that Godzilla friggin' Jet Jaguar house weird ass points.
Singular point.
Why do we? Okay. Do you think that's going to be good at all?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really weird, though.
Why do they do these weird fucking Godzilla shits, though? I don't understand.
So, I think it's 2 things.
Okay.
I think that Toho has been for decades. They had been so tight-lipped and tight-shipped with Godzilla that it was you have to do these things by the book or you're not doing them at all. And in recent years, starting from I would say about 2012,
okay,
maybe you can make the argument right after 2014, the grasp on what you have to do with Godzilla has loosened to about 3 things, and those 3 things are now you can't make him look bad, he has to be tied to some sort of nuclear origin, and he has to breathe atomic breath. Those are allegedly the things that they tell third-party companies who want to do Godzilla media that you have to do those 3 things. Anything else, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
So this isn't really them doing that. The Singular Point.
It is a Toho property. Yeah. But
they didn't make it though.
Well, that leads into my other. They did, but that leads into my other point is that since this is an anime, you're gonna get that anime trope-ish.
So it's for kids, like just being nonsense.
No, it's not. It's not for kids. No. In Japan, anime is not like it's not cartoons. There's a big difference between cartoons and anime. Anime can be for anybody. You know, it's not necessarily silly. There is going to be adult. Like I can tell you right now, there's going to be a lot of politics in this show from the characters that we've seen. There may be some gore potentially, but when the monsters fight, you know, it's not going to be like Saturday morning cartoon. This is going to be like it's on at midnight cartoon. Yeah.
Their anime and our cartoon stuff is
totally different. Yeah, it's
not afraid of actual gun bullets and blood.
All right.
We're here. Yeah. Oh my God, they saw blood.
Yeah, the difference here is I'll give you an example from when I was growing up. I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh, and that was like my favorite anime when I was younger. And in the Japanese version, there's a scene where one of the characters they go after him with guns, and in Japan that was fine because the character doesn't get shot or anything. Even if he did, it would have been okay. But you know, they shoot at him several times. In the U.S. version, they edited the guns out and they didn't put anything in their hands. So there's literally guys just standing there pointing nothing at this character, and it's like, well, what the hell? Another thing too is if you notice that action cartoons in America, they don't give the characters guns with bullets.
That's right.
They give them guns with lasers because lasers are not real, so nobody can hurt you with a laser.
Right.
Even though that's not true. But in Japan and other countries, they give people guns with bullets because, well, that's what we have in reality.
Right.
So,
well, look at Battle of the Planets. I found there's two. There's the anime version. Let's just call it that. And there's the U.S. version. And I saw a thing. I think it was called Toy Galaxy or something like that. And they talked about the differences, how there are certain scenes in the Japan version that they cut for the U.S. version. So
yeah, when they remastered Dragon Ball Z and is to Dragon Ball Z Kai, they took the blood out of it.
Yep.
And it's like, why? What? Like people bleed. Like it's the WWE logic, you know. Like we can't have the wrestlers bleed because. Well, that's not PG, and it's like,
what's this thing now about Transformers animated shows now popping up? There's going to be some stuff.
There's probably going to be a bunch. They've been doing a few over the past year. I mean, Transformers always has a cartoon, so I mean.
Transformers, Turtles. There's going to be like all the stuff coming back.
Yeah.
Smurfs is back, right?
I wanted to go back really quickly to the Singular Point thing. So there was that poster that came out a couple of days ago. And it gave us a pretty good look at Godzilla's design, basically from the front. We had already seen what the design looks like. And they're going with this weird, like, Shin Godzilla mouth thing.
You were talking about that, I think.
I'm not really a big fan of it. It looks really odd. Like his tongue has razor blades on it. And I'm just like, what? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
And it looks like he can open his mouth like a snake. Like he can unhinge his jaw. And I'm assuming that has something to do with his atomic breath, like Shin Gojira had.
God.
You know, I don't know. Toho's got this weird fascination with how wide Godzilla can open his mouth now.
I don't like that Shin Godzilla.
I just don't get it.
Yeah,
like the only one who didn't do it was Godzilla Earth, but that's only because Godzilla Earth didn't do anything.
Why in the trailer with Godzilla his eyes became white, like when he shot was that Mecha Godzilla?
No, you mean in the MonsterVerse?
Yeah, like when he was doing the atomic breath, like the eyes were white.
That was a feature. He did that in King of the Monsters.
Okay.
It's almost as though his eyes roll up inside his head when he freezes.
It's not, they don't roll up. They just glow. They just glow with his atomic energy. Yeah.
I forgot that the Zoom has a timeline. All right.
You notice I bet mine. So
I was like, what? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, people can only take us in 40-minute bursts, or else we have a cast like we did last time with the Batmobile.
Yeah.
I edited that. I edited that section which we did the
Just
other
about
day.
the Batmobile.
That was like
funny.
that was like 30 seconds, about 30 seconds long when we did that little shtick.
That
Oh
was pretty
man.
funny. That was pretty
Or,
funny.
I'm sorry, 20. It was like 20 or 30 minutes. I'm sorry,
Great.
20. Or 30
Yeah, it was just about the Batmobile.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
great.
that was funny. But so you shouldn't mix the other one, because the next night we talked about the Batmobile, and the night after we talked about the Batmobile. We don't even talk about it tonight, but that's fine.
Yeah, because I want to.
Right.
I'm trying to be good.
Right. No, we're good. I mean, we're waiting to get more information on how much it costs to fix the Batmobile. Anyway,
Detailing.
yeah,
Yeah.
detail, yeah. So, all right. So Godzilla, we got our, hope you guys are happy. We talked about Godzilla for you.
You guys know I will. And let me tell you
Always.
something.
Always.
If what we get tomorrow is anything good,
We'll do more. We'll do more.
just
Yeah.
wait.
All right. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye for now.